Well, hello, viewers, family, and friends. Welcome to another edition of Cole and Ken Reviews. I'm Kendrick, lovely wife Nicole.
Hey.
Yep, well, this is season 10, episode number 4.
Yes.
Well, the morning after, and then on to the honeymoon.
A mess. Okay, at least we're getting into
Interesting.
some action. We're getting to some action. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much give you a synopsis of what all happened with everybody, and then we'll break it down by couples.
It's heating up.
It is. Everybody had their wedding night. They woke up. Nobody went through with the do. Yes. So they woke up. They met prospective in-laws. So they had those meetings. Pretty much everything went fine. I'll start with Taylor and Brandon. Brandon met Taylor's cousin, aunt, and mom, that cousin was drilling him. I mean, she was really drilling him. I mean, I don't really care for Brandon, but she was going in. And my whole thing with this process is they go so hard, and I know they're trying to get to know the person, but they have to realize that whoever their family member is went through the same process. I mean, they applied for the show just like this other person. Everybody have different motives, I understand, but so that went okay. Brandon was a little, he's a little uncomfortable at first, but he being who he's been from the beginning, not too much. Taylor met with Brandon's mom, and I believe it was the aunt. It kind of started off kind of weird because she was just like, she got that nervous laugh going on, and they were just kind of looking at her, and all the same questions. What are your intentions? Why are you, all that kind of stuff. They did that. Everything went fine with them. Let me skip over to Mama's boy, Austin and Jessica. Okay. She met with his mom and his dad and grandma and stuff like that. So they kind of talked. The mom felt more comfortable. She's still having a hard time letting her baby go, but get over it, mama. He's 31. Austin met with Jessica's sister, her twin, and the brother-in-law. And it was kind of funny because the brother-in-law was like, oh, good, I'm glad she's married now because she won't be calling our house at all times of the night or 3 times or whatever he said. It was kind of funny, like, he ready for Jessica to have her own relationship. That's kind of how it felt. And the sister, was asking them questions, and she felt like he's a good person. And I think they're quirky together, so I think they're okay.
Yeah, real good quirky couple.
Yeah. Kate and Derek. I'll start with Derek. He met with her parents and her mom and then her stepmom and dad. And he actually he took the dad outside and he asked the dad for her hand in marriage. So the dad was very emotional about that because he felt good because, like Katie said, when they got back together, she was like going through this process. He kind of missed out on that. So that made her feel good that he even wanted to do that.
Yeah.
So that was good. She met with his mom and dad and stepmom, and they kind of went through the same. Everybody kind of had the same things. Why are you doing this? How do you feel?
This process?
Yeah. How can I make him feel comfortable? This. Let's see. It's 5 couples. I've done 3. Right. Okay. Let's go to Mindy and Zach. Mindy met with Zach's mom and I guess brother and sister, and they love her. She was really sweet, and she was asking the way to his heart, and you can tell the mom was like, we like you, and if you have anything you need to do, we need to straighten them out, just let us know. Zach met with Mindy's sister and her friend, and that friend went in. She was asking him about his Instagram because he wants to be a model, and she was just like, are you on the show to get more followers or to get your career popping with the modeling? And he was just kind of BSing her around with the answers.
He was really there for love, so.
He was just kind of BSing around with the answers. And she was just like, I really don't know him enough to know if he's sincere or not, so we'll see. She was like, she hoped her fear is that Mindy will fall head over heels and this is not the guy, So we'll see how this happens. Because remember on another video, I was just like, when she was just like, I just want to kiss him. I say, she's giving me those Amber vibes. But we'll get into that later. The last couple is
very close.
Yeah, Michael and Mika. Mika met with Michael's family, and she was just talking to them about general stuff, what he likes and the AC, what he likes the AC. She talked to him about what he likes the AC on, and just what they showed us anyway. I'm sure the conversation were deeper than what they showed us before. Right. 2 hours they had to get in what they got in. Right. It was just a basic conversation. They did tell him that if he gets pushed too much, he'll shut down. So they did give her that little tidbit of information, and she was just like, oh, that's concerning because I do push. She said she usually push, to make people better, but, that's depends on that's based on you. If you feel it's to make them better, maybe they don't feel that way. So that's a whole nother thing. That's just how I felt about it. Yeah. But Michael met with her sister and her mom and her aunt, and the sister was asking, have you ever cheated? And he was like, he has emotionally cheated before and things like that. The mom was a little concerned about that, but she was just like, hey, that's my son-in-law now, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and blah, blah. Okay, so we got all that out the way. The couples got back to the hotel. They all found out. They got their little goodie bags. Yep. And found out they were going on a honeymoon to Panama. Yeah. Cool. Panama is very nice. It's beautiful. So everybody's headed to Panama. They actually end up meeting in the lobby of the hotel, which we've never seen that before. So everybody, was meeting, hey, because this is the first time that they see each other's spouses. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, so all of them are going to the elevator, and right off the bat, you can see Mika is with the group, and then Michael is behind. Everybody else is with their spouse. And, Mindy kind of peeped at like, oh, you can cut that tension with a knife. Even Derek said something about it. Okay, so I'll take it easy. Derek and Katie, they were talking. They're having a good night. Yep. They're going to bed. Who else was non-dramatic? Brandon and Taylor. They were talking about how, they look forward to this honeymoon and getting to know each other. Yeah, we know what happened on the internet. We'll just let this play out, see what's going to happen here and how it happened. But the honeymoon night, they said, hey, we're good, we in this, we're gonna see how it goes. Jessica and Austin, the quirky couple, she laughed and she couldn't sleep, and she just laughed all night, and she can be her goofy self and he can be his goofy self, and they just work right now. Yeah, it just seemed like it works. Right now, so. And then we get to Michael and Mika. Well, obviously the reason why they were so distant in the lobby was because on the plane, I guess they had some type of conversation. Yeah, Mika mentioned that he was different in the conversation with, as far as giving her an ultimatum, as far as either having sex before the honeymoon was over or he was out. Yeah. And so she called him out on it, and she basically said, you say one thing and you act a certain way when the cameras are here, but when the cameras are gone, you're a totally different Michael. So she was just like, I'm wondering which Michael showed up to the experts interview. She said, because they could have matched me up with the wrong Michael. Yes. She said if they matched her up with the Michael that the off-camera Michael, maybe they wouldn't have got matched because he's totally different. Which I was telling my husband, I was like, I hope this is not a Luke situation. Y'all remember Luke from, I believe it was season 8, Luke and Kate. That was a whole big mess. So what I told my husband was, I said, he never just basically said, I never said that. He was just like, no, he said, I'm trying to get to know you. I'm trying to learn how to communicate with you. I tried to be direct. But she
went back on the conversation he had with sisters and relatives, and saying that I'm gonna let her take the initiative in that. So he's like, I'll give her as much time as she needs. But then She's saying on the plane, he said a totally different story.
Right, he giving ultimatums.
So,
which you can't do that. I mean, it's yes.
They haven't been to the honeymoon suite yet.
Just let it talk about it and see where you both are with it, but no ultimatums because
a few times first.
Either it's gonna come or it's not, and then you will know.
Natural.
Yeah, so I mean, you have to talk about it. You have to talk about intimacy in a relationship. You have to see what each other's likes and dislikes are, what someone is willing to do, what someone doesn't do. You have to talk about that, but you don't give ultimatums on it.
So that's what she's saying. So, we didn't see that part,
right?
But if that's the truth, then initiative. I mean, that's a little too soon.
Right, and basically she's just trying to let him know, hey, just say what you said when the cameras weren't there. And he kind of going around the situation, and I'm just trying to be a better husband. And so she's like, okay, but the cameras are here. And he was just like, I'm not saying this because the cameras are here. What I said on the vows and what I said to your family is what I meant. Maybe it was a miscommunication or whatever he was trying to say. We'll see. I don't believe that.
Right now.
I don't think she would have blown this way out the waters if it was just a little thing, and if he didn't clear that up then, because it's easy to say. I've done that before with my husband. I'll be like, I'll say something and he'd be like, what? And I'll be like, okay, let me rephrase it. This is what I mean. You know what I'm saying? And you just have to change some things because maybe it came out a different way. But yeah, that's pretty clear cut.
Yeah.
Kind of like either we have sex at the end of honeymoon or deuces.
Right.
So we'll see. I don't know. He went to a different room. I guess he asked the producers to get him another room.
Stay in the same room that night.
Yeah, they did. Now we go to Mindy and Zach. First of all, we know Mindy, they said back, I believe it was episode 2 when we were getting to know her or her friends were talking or whatever. It may have been the wedding episode. I can't remember. They said that she overthinks. So we know she overthinks.
Overanalyze.
Yes, we know she's been through a lot. She'll overthink things. They told him that she has to be very direct.
Well, one thing too, she did mention to him that particular night about all the other couples and what they doing.
Yeah.
He's looking at everybody else, but what are you doing for yourself?
Yeah.
What are you doing in your relationship? You looking at everybody else to see what they doing, but what are we doing? And then later on that night, when she ended up getting upset going down the hall before this happened, now she gonna tell him, I'm not gonna take a shower. I'm tired. I'm lazy tonight.
Now we've talked about
this.
That
turned him off.
I'm a person, and to each his own. If you a person that can just get in the bed after a long day of travel, that's great.
With not taking a shower, and he was like,
I can't do it.
And so he didn't want to sleep next to her.
I was with Zach on that.
That hurt her feelings.
Okay.
Now she went down the hall talking about he don't want to be with me.
Okay, but let's get there. I'm just gonna say
take a shower, so
that's a personal thing. To each his own. They're getting to know each other. Somebody may be a night shower. Some person may be a morning shower bath. Sometimes you can be both, depending on what's going on at night.
One, go ahead and get one. I don't care.
Personally,
how tired you feel.
Me personally, I sleep better after a long shower or a long bath, especially if it's a travel day. Because I'm tired. I've been in the airport. I mean, I've been around a lot of people, and I just want to get all of that off of me. But that's a personal thing.
She wanted to get in bed like that, and he was like, "No." Nah.
And he was like, "Ugh." First, let's go back before we even got there.
She wanted him to be all on him.
Before we even got there, though, babe. Because we already know Zach is self-centered. We know that. I really didn't like him from the beginning. I really didn't like any other couples being matched up. She was trying to talk to him about the other couples and how everybody looked. And he was just like, yeah, we can't really go by them. You know, people do their own pace. And she was like, yeah. So she was going to talk to him, and he was going to watch his face. So he's like, are you going to talk to me while I wash my face? And I'm like, what does washing your face have to do with her talking to you? What? I don't know. That was just different. He's different. I'm just going to say different. He has his own little thing going on. He has his own little rituals. Too. She has her issues.
Because she analyzes everybody else and don't even pay attention to what she doing. Then she going to say what they doing and how they having fun. But then you want them to take a shower. So,
Again, that's a personal.
Then you complain the next morning that he don't want to be next to you.
Well, that was the same night, yeah. But we don't know what else happened though. We don't know what else happened and what else he said. Only thing she said was that he said that he find it's hard for him to be attracted to her or build an attraction to her, something like that. It's
hard, but if you analyze and overthinking and then you looking at everybody else and comparing other couples to your situation, you comparing.
This is true.
That's unattractive.
We'll see. I don't know. I told y'all in a video before. I told y'all in a video before that I think it was on the wedding when she saw him and she's like, "Oh my God, he's so handsome. He's so this, and I just want to kiss him." I was like, she's reminding me of Amber. I don't really, he wasn't
too fast.
It wasn't back. It wasn't I give you a compliment, you give me a compliment. She's giving him all the compliments, and he's just taking them in. He's not
kiss a lot.
Yeah, he's not saying anything. So I don't know. I've always been skeptical.
One-sided.
Yeah, I've always been skeptical of pretty much all the couples on here. I didn't think any of them were matched up good. Now, I know for sure Jessica and Austin seem okay.
The best one right now.
Yeah,
I was pulling for Mika and Michael, but as I can see, I don't know which Michael's who. And
I really didn't like that matchup.
Mika is, but I mean, hey,
we'll see. It has to play out. We'll see. We're here for the entire season. We're gonna see how it play out. We know it's some things that are already going on that's been on the internet, but we're gonna watch it we don't know. We're gonna let it unfold and just go from there.
Let it unfold.
Let's see how it happens.
It's gonna get even more interesting.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
yeah. Well, we getting down to it.
Interesting couples, though. We learning more and more about them each day.
Dramatic.
Definitely want you to continue to stay tuned to Cole and Ken Reviews. We appreciate all our followers, subscribers. We need more subscribers. Please continue to subscribe with us and come see us each and every week. Cole and Ken Reviews. Well, this is going to be our continuation this night. So until next time,